Beautiful jellyfish, it's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Today I'm going to be doing a video, which is a real talk, where I basically just don't plan out anything that I'm going to say, and I just gotta talk about why I am no longer going to be drafting Battle for Zendikar. And, so I've not been drafting for a very long time, like, at all. Like, I just started drafting. I think my first draft was in like April or something like that. I honestly don't even remember when my first draft was. And I kind of realized that I was like, well, I was like, I want to try out drafting more and like, get better at it and whatever. And I don't even remember, honestly. I think the first set that I drafted was, I don't even remember. Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. Actually, maybe it wasn't in April. Maybe I did it over the summer in like Origins or something. Honestly, I can't even tell you guys. But anyways, that's not the point. So I like drafting, I do, and it's something that I do want to get better at, and I've gotten better at it, and I just want to get, to the point where, like, I'm really good at drafting, and I just feel like, and I feel like the weird thing is that I don't have a lot of experience drafting other sets, so to compare Battle for Zendikar with other things is weird, and I have heard a lot of people say this, like, one of my friends that I talk to about draft, like, all the time, he goes and he does really well at draft, like, he said, it's just such a weird set. It's not like it's bad, it's just weird. And the problem with Battle for Zendikar drafting, and then I tell this to people who are drafting it for the first time, is I said that you have to commit to what you're drafting so early on, at least in my experience. And I've talked to a bunch of people about this and they feel the same. In a lot of other sets, when you get to like the second pack, maybe like about midway, maybe a little bit before, depending, you'll get a good idea. In Battle for Zendikar, if you want to do well, you need to commit to what you're doing very early on. I'm talking like the first pack. You need to know what you're doing in the first pack, because if you don't, your deck will probably not be that good. Of course there are exceptions, of course things happen, whatever, but like for the most part what I found is that you need to commit so early on, and I don't like that. I think it adds to a lot of like unnecessary pressure when drafting, and I don't like it. I feel like if I feel like I'm all over the place in other sets that I've done, it's not as big of a deal. Like when I've done Origins, it's like, okay, I'll have a mishmash. You can't really have a mishmash in the set. You need to commit. You need to say, I'm going allies, I'm going white blue fires, I'm going Bagel Eldrazi. Like, it's just, it requires so much, like, thought and, like, and more, I feel like, more so than a lot of other sets. And it's weird, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is about this set that is like that, but I feel like the set just has such a good synergy that it's like if you try to break that synergy by doing other things, I don't feel like it works out very well. I have to say though, like, it's not like I hate the set, it's not like it's not one of my favorite sets, and I think that's okay. Like, I think people are allowed to not like every set that there is, like, that's fine, it's just gonna happen. Magic, there's gonna be archetypes that people are just gonna play Magic with. Like, there's going to be archetypes in Battle for Zendikar, like I said, with allies and stuff like that, and that's totally cool. Like, that's just something that is going to happen. But I feel like the set, again, just has so much synergy that trying to break that, it just doesn't work out too well. And another thing is I drafted white blue fires like 4 times. And it's good. It's really good. Like, I like white blue flyers a lot. But I felt like, and I wanted to break that, but I just found myself going to it again, and it wasn't even like a comfort thing. It wasn't even like oh, I know these cards were good. It was just like, I just kept getting good cards for it, and I said, well, I guess I'll do this, and I was just kind of tired of doing that. And like, again, I know that's completely on me. Like, if I sat down and said, I'm gonna do this other thing, like, I totally 100% could have done it, and like, I understand that. And I don't know. I also feel like this semester has been really insane with like so much stuff going on that I'm kind of like, and like playing draft like on Friday nights was like my like nice kind of like break, like to kind of like, conclude the week, and like just after like a long week just to kind of relax. And like, I don't want to say like I felt like not relaxed when I was drafting, but I just didn't feel like I was having that much fun. And like, some people say that they don't play Magic to have fun, and like, even with me when I play competitive Magic, like, even if I play competitive Magic, I still have fun with what I'm doing, and I don't want to have to feel like I'm not having fun and I'm not enjoying myself. And another thing is too, is the Innistrad block we're going back to Innistrad for Shadows over Innistrad in April, and Innistrad is one of my all-time favorite blocks. Like, Lorwyn is my first, like, Lorwyn is my favorite set, I think, ever, and I really like Innistrad, and I also really like Avacyn Restored. Those are some of my all-time favorite sets. So the fact when I saw that we were going back to Innistrad, I got super, super excited, and I'm still really excited about that, and I just, there's something about just, I don't know, big Eldrazi that I just don't really care for. Like, it's just, like, given, it's really satisfying to, like, throw down, like, it's like Bane of Baal something. That card, it's really satisfying. It's really good, but it's, I don't, those are really not the cards that I want to be casting. It's just, it's not something that I really want to be doing. So I feel like maybe I just didn't like the archetypes in the set, and maybe that's what it is. Like, again, I liked White Blue Flyers. I didn't really care for the Eldrazi type Scions. Like, I honestly, I don't know. I really don't know why I didn't like it, but I'm just not a huge fan of it, so it's whatever. And again, some people do really like it, and I think that's really cool. Like, that's fine, but it's just not something that I think I really enjoy. And another thing is, too, is if you guys have seen the new Oath of the Gatewatch spoilers, there's only, I think at this moment, I don't think anything else got released from the other day, but they're doing this really weird, like, mana symbol thing, and I don't know how this is gonna work, and I'm kind of skeptical about it, and, like, I don't know, and it's kind of weird. Like, I remember, like, with original Zendikar, like, this is a weird thing I think about going back to different planes, is that, like, people have, like, expectations because, like, we've been to the plane before, and I think that Zendikar is a very staple set. Like, there's good staples that are from that set, but I feel like that with every set. Like, that's the thing is a lot of people will be like, oh, this set's bad, and I was like, yeah, but, like, there's staples that will come from every set. So, like, I personally, for Cons, wasn't a huge fan of the Cons block. I know a lot of people were really, no, not Cons, I'm sorry. Was it Theros? I think Theros was the first one. Theros, wasn't really a huge fan of that block. And I'll say, like, well, you may not like the block, but a really good card like Thoughtseize came out of Theros. So, like, it's very difficult to say, like, oh, I don't like an entire set, because there's always going to be staple cards that come from sets. And I don't know, and then I heard a lot of people saying that Battle for Zendikar didn't really have a huge influence on Standard. I don't really know too much about Standard, so I can't really speak for that. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, going back to the spoiler thing, like, I just saw the cards, and I was just kind of like, when I look at a set, I look at it from a bunch of different perspectives in terms of, I look at it and say, how am I going to feel about drafting this set? Are there any cards that I'm going to be used in Modern? Probably not. But are there any cards I'm going to be using for EDH? So, like, and that's, like, a really cool thing I think about Magic, is that a lot of times when you play, like, you'll play Draft or something, you can get cards and then you can use them in decks, and I think that's really cool. But, like, a lot of times, like, with this set, I was just, like, getting the basic lands out of packs and, like, like, that was it. I wasn't really using, like, a lot of the cards, and I don't think that was a good thing. I liked Origins. I drafted Origins a couple times, and I thought that it was pretty cool. I think that it was a really cool set, and I kind of wish I got the chance to draft it more, but I feel like I'm gonna like Innistrad better, because I feel like if I was playing Magic, like competitively, because I'm trying to think of what my first set was. I started playing Magic December of 2011. So what was that set that came out? It was Return to Ravnica. It was Return to Ravnica or Gatecrash, one of those. And I started playing Magic then, but, like, I wasn't playing Magic, like, I didn't really keep up with sets as I do now. So, like, I could have been playing, like, Innistrad, because that block came out, and, like, I would have loved that. But I didn't. So now I'm, like, really excited, because I feel like that's a set that I've always felt a really close connection to, so I'm really excited to draft that. And we'll just see how it is. And like I said in one of my last videos, Liliana the Veil, probably going to be reprinted, most likely. Really excited for that. We're getting Liliana. Moral of the story is we're getting Liliana, because Innistrad, that's her place, that's her land. So we're gonna definitely see Liliana, and that's gonna be super sweet. So, yeah, I really want to hear your feedback, as I always do. But I really want to hear your feedback on if you've played around with Battle for Zendikar. What do you think about it? Is it one of your favorite sets of all time? Maybe something I feel about it is that it doesn't have enough versatility. Like, and again, maybe this is just something that I noticed because it's around the time that I started drafting, but I feel like you have to commit to a lane. So like if you don't like those set lanes and you try to do like a homebrew type thing, I just don't think it works out like, you know, very well. And I think that's something that I don't like it. I think that there's not as much creativity in the format for draft rather than other formats. And again, maybe I'm just not familiar with how other drafts work, but that's how I felt with my experience. And I felt like with Origins, I felt that it was a lot more flexible. Like I felt like you could build a bunch of different decks and do pretty okay. But I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, ingest is really good. Allies are really good, and like that's gonna be in everything. Like every time you draft there's gonna be like archetypes that are just really strong, but I feel like there's just so not enough creativity with drafting in this set, at least that I have seen, at least with my experience. You may have a completely different perspective, and that's totally fine, but from what I've seen and what I've played with, that's, and at my local game store, that's just something that I noticed. And again, I'm not bashing it, I'm just kind of like, it's just not something I think I want to really necessarily be doing. And given, I mean, I wouldn't be really going to a lot more Battle for Zendikar drafts anyway, because I'm probably not going to be drafting Battle for Zendikar when I'm at home, and there's only a couple of left here. I'm actually not going tonight because I'm leaving for Pittsburgh tonight, so like, I'm just not going to be playing around with it anymore. But even with Oath, I don't even know, like, to be honest, I don't even know if I'll be playing around with that set. I have to see like the full set of spoilers, but I kind of just may pass on it, and I'll just kind of, you know. Also, if I don't go to draft, I have more money for, like, other Magic cards. That seems reasonable, right? I think that's reasonable. You guys don't understand that that is my logic of things. If I don't buy this, can I buy more Magic cards with it? And you know what's so funny is I joke about this all the time, and I honestly haven't bought Magic cards since I bought cards for Elves. But, like, I needed those. Like, okay. I should not use the word need there. But, like, I wanted those cards because I wanted to finish my deck. So, like, that was kind of different. But, like, I haven't bought, like, EDH cards. I've been, like, trading quite a bit of cards. I do have to say, though, I want to get the rest of the cards for Omnath because I'm almost done with that. I think I need, like, something like 30 cards for the deck or something like that. I don't need that many cards for it, so that's super great. So I'm really excited about that. I kind of just, the thing with Omnath is that it's kind of a straightforward deck in terms of, like, I can kind of just, like, throw in like anything that gives me mana ramp. So like I don't really need to be specific at this moment. So I'm just kind of like, yeah, we'll just throw these cards in there. And I was kind of thinking of doing with Omnath like a token gen theme, because thinking like doing like Dragon Master Outcast in the deck. And it's more elemental based than a lot of other builds. It's like I have like quite a bit of creatures that, you know, get me elementals and, you know, stuff like that. So the deck is looking pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about this. And I have like I have that one card, I think it's like Magma, where it's like you sack a creature, it deals 1 damage. So it's like you sack it and you deal a damage, and then a creature dies with Omnath, so you get to deal 3 damage. It's just super sweet. The deck is going to be so synergistic, and I love it. And I think the thing I love too is the fact that like if people kill Omnath, you probably just get it right back, because like you mana ramp so hard that you can like afford to pay for it. And again, you don't really care about field wipes, because you don't really care about field wipes. You just like summonables at the board and you're just like, just kill my things and redirect damage places. It's just so great. So I'm really excited for Omnath EDH. Like I'm trying to think of when the last time I built an EDH deck was. I think the last time I built an EDH deck was over the summer when I built Tasigur, and I haven't built one since. So it's been a while that I've built it, and I do want to fix up. I have my Yisan EDH deck that I want to fix up as well. And what I'm doing is I was thinking of making like a Simic theme deck, kind of sort of based on the one that just came out. I'd actually been thinking about it a little bit before, and then the Simic deck for the EDH commander decks came out, and I was kind of like, yeah, maybe I'll do something like that with plus one counters, but I'm not really sure, because I may do Varel for that one. I think it's Varel. I think that's the one that I was looking at. I'm not really sure. But I was thinking of that. I'm still kind of up in the air if I'm doing that. So I need to figure out what I want to do with Yisan. I just kind of need to spend like some time on that and get my stuff organized with it, because I really don't know what I want to do. If I want to make 2 separate decks, or I want to just stick to the plus one counters in Yisan. I like Yisan a lot and I really miss it. It's just kind of been so up in the air because I'm just like, I have no idea what I'm doing with the deck, and I want to have like a concrete thing where like figure out what it is that I'm doing. So that's that. Another thing is, so I taught some of my friends how to play Magic, and I kind of just like let them have at my commons and uncommons, and it was like it made me feel so happy that it was such a simple gesture, like, for me just being like, hey guys, you can take, like, whatever cards you want, but, like, they were, like, so excited about it, and I'm, like, I'm really happy that they're happy with it, and, like, I just think that's, like, really cool, because they don't have to go out and, like, buy magic cards, like, they can just use my commons and uncommons, and they're just gonna play amongst themselves and stuff, so, yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm probably gonna get them some packs for the holidays, like, those little gifts, so, like, a pack of, maybe not Battle for Zendikar, maybe I'll do something else, maybe I'll do Origins, Origins is pretty cool, so, I think that's it, GP Pittsburgh, I'm leaving in, like, 20 minutes, really, really excited, I'm kind of nervous, I've never been to this big event before where there's, like, gonna be, like, 2,500 people, it's a lot of people, and, like, I don't know, it's really weird. I'm kind of, like, a little bit nervous, but at the same time, like, I think with elves, and this is, like, the thing with me and magic, is I just need to, like, take it easy and take it slow and that sort of stuff. And, like, also tonight, like, when we get there, I'm gonna, like, we're just gonna be, like, play testing, and, like, a couple of my friends need to actually build their decks and, like, figure out what it is that they're doing, but I'm going with a bunch of my friends, like, I know a bunch of people that are going, and that gives me comfort, like, I like doing that, I like going with people that I know, I like going to tournaments with like, my friends, and people that I'm comfortable with, so I'm happy about that, like, I wouldn't feel comfortable going to a tournament really alone, I don't think I could do that, because I've, from all the tournaments that I've went to, you know, I've always gone with people, and I think that's like a really cool thing to do, so, yeah. Also, another thing, if you guys want me to film any type of video, leave it in the comments below, because I have a list of things that I want to film, and I'm gonna get to stuff that some people have requested. So, I have a couple of things that I know I'm gonna film, and I kind of want to do a deck tech on overviews of, like, all, like, top modern decks and talk about them, even if I haven't played them before. And I'm gonna do an elf deck tech. I'm gonna definitely do that very soon for you guys. I'm gonna kind of see how it works this weekend, because I'm gonna be playing a lot with the deck, so I kind of want to see, you know, how that works and stuff like that. Oh, also, at the GP, there's gonna be artists that are going, and I'm hopefully gonna get some of my cards signed. Like, I have a Dig Through Time, White Anafenza, Courser, Splinter Fright, Barter and Blood, Tragic Slip, so those are a couple cards that I want to get signed from some of the artists there, so that would be really cool. Yeah, and I'll do a whole video on it. You guys are going to see this after I probably post that, but I'm going to be doing a whole video talking about, like, overview of my experience at the GP, and I have a couple of other ideas. I have some EDH ideas. Like I said, I kind of want a more balance on my channel of, like, modern videos and EDH videos, because I think that, you know, I have people who watch me who play one or the other, and I love EDH. Like, I know I give a lot of attention to modern, but I love EDH. I think it's my second favorite format, so I do really enjoy it, and I want to do more videos on it. And I'll probably do an overview of Battle for, of Oath of the Gatewatch. Even if I don't end up drafting it, I'm gonna do an overview and talk about, like, key cards from the set and stuff if you're gonna draft it, or if you're gonna go to a pre-release. I don't even know if I'm gonna go, honestly, I will probably go to the pre-release. Like, even if I don't really care for a set, I usually go to the pre-release. It's something about pre-releases that I just really, really enjoy. Like, I used to not like it, but I think after getting a little bit better at sealed, because draft helped me get better at sealed, so, and playing more Magic and playing competitive Magic has helped me get better at sealed, so I feel, like, a lot more comfortable with it, and I actually enjoy it, even if it's not my best. Like, I'm much better at, like, you know, I'm much better at, like, format like modern, but that's totally fine, so, yeah, if you have any requests, leave them down below, and, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day/night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.